Hello everyone, it's DC the Analyst, back with another video after this crazy finish at Tiger Stadium. LSU pulls off the win 29-26 in overtime versus the Mississippi Rebels of Ole Miss. A lot of questions came into this game. Can LSU get that big signature win that they've been looking for? Can they solidify themselves as a top team in the SEC, not just, middle of the pack or whatever? This was obviously a game that LSU needed to win to stay into college football playoff consideration. And they get the dub here in overtime against Ole Miss, 29-26. Now, you can say the stats read them themselves. Garen Nussmeier did not have his best game. It was far from his best game, but he made the throws that needed to be made at the right time. He came in clutch. Kyron Lacey came in clutch at 5 for 111 and a touchdown. And also, we're going to go to the stats here. Really couldn't get a running game going. Obviously things to work on next week. Aaron Anderson with that huge clutch catch at the end of the fourth quarter at 3 for 81 and a touchdown. Ole Miss, Jackson Dart, he played solid. Had an interception. Ulysses Bentley had a pretty solid game, had 107 yards and a touchdown. Caden Lee for Ole Miss had 9 for 132. Trey Harris had 107 for 102. He's a really good wide receiver, someone the Saints should really consider picking up in the NFL draft this coming up season. LSU did not lead until they got that touchdown catch in overtime. Nussmeier was making some questionable throws. I was getting a little worried. I was like, oh, man. I don't know. He's not looking too good. But he came up clutch. He came up clutch, and LSU just gets a big win for them. Now, for Ole Miss. They may be done when it comes to college football playoffs because this is the second loss. This is the second week in a row that they've lost. So it's going to be tough for them to try to get in. They're already 1-2 here. I believe they have Texas left on their schedule, if I'm not mistaken. Texas is the best team in the country right now. You cannot not convince me. Texas is the best team in the country right now. And LSU's defense finally played to what I consider really good. They were getting stops left and right. The offense wasn't doing jack. And their defense, LSU's defense, stood up, got a stop in overtime, gave up 2 touchdowns, I believe. 2 touchdowns the whole game. I haven't seen the defense play this well in I don't know how long. So Blake Baker he's looking like a really good hire. This is the 5th straight win for LSU as they go into Fayetteville next week to face the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, obviously, that's going to be a tough game. It always is a tough game with like Arkansas or whatever. This type of game too, Ole Miss, they can't seem to beat LSU on the road. They just can't do it. But very impressive win. Absolute cinema. So many games that were played were very good games this weekend, and LSU got to be feeling good about themselves. They just beat a top 10 team. It's probably the first top 10 win since like Alabama 2 years ago in overtime, actually. So, Aaron Nussmeier, you got to fix up a few things, work on the running game. The defense held up. Whit Weeks actually had 18 tackles. I looked at the stats, 18 tackles. So, man, that dude was everywhere. Wasn't expecting that. But, yeah, LSU gets the win, 5-1. And for Ole Miss, you may be cooked. So you just got to be excited going into Fayetteville next week. But that is it for DC the Analyst. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.